Hello, this is Dr. Olmos, and I want to show you how to complete Computer Lab Exercise 6.2. So if you read the exercise, it says the mean salary in the U.S. is a hypothetical average of $25,000. Determine if the mean salary of the subjects in Practice Data Set 2 in the Course Resources module of the course Canvas is significantly different than this value. So I'm going to show you how to do this using Microsoft Excel. And I'm going to show you in a way that is going to break it down into multiple steps. There is a way, it's kind of like a workaround in Excel that will get the results pretty quickly. But in this case, I'm going to just break it down into multiple steps. And so the first thing you need to do is you need to get these values, and I already have them listed here. And please take note that I did change these values here for this video. The one that you will have or that you will use should have different ones or the original ones. So just for this video, I did change these salary values. So the ones that you see on this video will not be the correct values for the exercise that you need to complete. I'm just doing this for the video. And so you need to get the mean, the standard deviation, the count, the standard deviation of the salary, the count, standard error of mean, the degrees of freedom. Let me change this. Freedom. Hypothesized mean, the t statistic, and the p-value. And I'll break it down and I'll show you how to get each one of them. So, and I'm going to show you also how to do this using just your keyboard, and you don't have to go to the menu. So the first step you want to do is to get the mean. So click on the cell next to the mean, type in equal, average, open bracket, then select the values that you want to get the average of, and then close bracket, and then press enter. You get the average. Now you want to get the standard deviation. You press equal, standard deviation. Okay, which is STDEV. You want to click on the point P one, or the point P, open bracket, select your values, then close your bracket, press enter, get the standard deviation. You want to get the count, press equal, type in count, open bracket, select your values, close bracket, press enter. So to get the standard error mean, Excel doesn't provide us with a direct formula for this one, so we have to do it manually. And conceptually, a standard error mean is an adjusted standard deviation of the sample. So we're taking into account the sample size to make the adjustment of the standard deviation. So you go to equal, go to equal, click on, let's see here. So you get the standard deviation, and then it's going to be divided by, and it has to be, which is the square root of the sample size. So you type in SQRET, open bracket, and then click on the count, which is the sample size, and then close the bracket, press enter. So that's the standard error of mean, which is an adjusted standard deviation of which is what we call the sample here. All right, and the degrees of freedom essentially is the count minus 1, which is sample size minus 1. So you have count minus 1 equals 11. The hypothesized mean is actually given. So you get that from the assignment. In this case, it's going to be 25,000. Okay. And the t-statistic is ultimately going to be, it comes from a formula, which essentially is taking the mean, and then you're going to be subtracting minus 25,000 divided by the standard error of mean. So essentially it's using these three values. So let's do that here now. Equal the mean minus, let's put it in close brackets actually. I messed up here. Let me start over. So you're going to go equal mean, close bracket, open bracket, minus, put the minus sign, hypothesis mean, close bracket, divided by the standard error mean, press enter. Okay. We got 1.4 as our t-statistic. We're going to put the p. We're going to get the p-value also from this t-statistic as well. So you're going to go to equal t-distribution. And then open bracket. I'm going to click X for the t-statistic, comma, and then it's asking for the degrees of freedom. Degrees of freedom is here, 11, comma, and then it's going to asking one tail distribution or two tail distribution. In this case, we're just trying to find out if there's a difference. Not that it's statistically higher or statistically lower. We just want to know if there's a difference. Anytime when we say or we want to know that there's a difference, you just click on, it's going to be a two-tail distribution. Close bracket, press enter. So this gives us enough information to make a decision if this mean is statistically different from the hypothesized mean. Allow me to illustrate this concept. So the bigger the difference between the two means, the t-statistic will increase, the p-value will decrease. The t-statistics essentially is measuring the difference between those two means in standard error of means. So it's a standardized way of measuring it. And the p-value is basically saying the probability of getting that mean. And so when it's less than 0.05, there is a significant difference between the two means. But the smaller the difference, as it gets closer to the mean, the smaller the difference, meaning the t-statistic will decrease, which is the distance between those two means in standard error of means, and the p-value, the probability of getting that mean, will increase. So if it's over 0.05, there is no significant difference. In our case, the p-value is more than 0.05, so therefore there is no significant difference. All right, this concludes this lesson.